Hi and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a collective reading for all signs. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If this reading resonates with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you are returning, welcome back. So this is the second time, actually the third time I've tried to start this reading and I keep getting interrupted. And there is a message in that. The energy I'm picking up on at the moment is of wanting to move forward, but still being stuck in the past. And I was hearing the words, the purge. Lots of chaotic things going on at the moment in and around you, and whatever is holding you back at the moment. And actually, Pluto is still in Aquarius at the moment. It's there, I think, until the end of November. And then it goes, Pluto goes into Aquarius completely. And as that happens, Capricorn is the top-down structures. There's a bit of argy-bargy when things are being, Pluto is transformation, where things are being pulled down. You're trying to make changes, and the people that don't want that change to happen are causing a bit of drama. So as I said, I was hearing the term the purge. And the analogy I was getting was, at the moment, and I got up really early this morning, and I was just folding, washing and popping, well, trying to pop it away, but it was washing things that I wear every day. And I was getting frustrated because I was wanting to put them away in my drawers and in my cupboards, but my drawers and cupboards are filled with things that I don't actually use. So it's this cleaning out, physically, materially, metaphorically, this clearing out of things in our life that we're holding on to. Pluto and Capricorn, the top-down structures, things that previously you've been aligned with or you've been stuck in that need clearing out. Because as I said, I couldn't put my washing away, things that I'm using all the time. It's that removing things, making way for the new. New things can't come into your life until you clear out the clutter. And then I started thinking about the things that I had in my cupboards. And why was it that I was holding on to them? You know, do they have material value? Do they have spiritual value? As I was doing the pre-shuffle, I saw the Two of Pentacles, which is this weighing things up. It's the choices that we make. What are we letting go of? Now, the Two of Pentacles is also the number 8. We are about to hit the 888 portal, the 8th of the 8th, 2024. This karmic cycle that you've been in, and you need to drop some things off in order to make way for the new. Now, the Two of Pentacles is Jupiter and Capricorn. So I was talking about Pluto and Capricorn. The other card I saw was the Four of Pentacles, which is the Sun in Capricorn. It's holding on. The Four of Pentacles is holding on too tight for things. Holding on too tight to things. And there has to be a purge. I heard the song I'm Still Standing. Now that's Elton John. And what I was picking up on from that is the things that you are holding on to. And as I said, whether they are physical, metaphorical, you know, it could be friendships, it could be toxic thoughts. The things that you are holding on to from your past, that you are wearing like a badge of honor, because like me, they're still in my drawers. Clothes that are still hanging in my cupboard, friendships that are still, I'm still attached to on, you know, Facebook or whatever. Wearing your past like a badge of honor. But what you're actually doing is you're keeping your feet stuck in the mud and you're not allowing yourself to move forward. It's the purge. The other thing so this morning there was a bit of a mix-up. I had to drop one of my kids to work, and I got the times mixed up because I literally have been burning the candle at both ends. And he actually needed to be at work an hour before I thought he needed to be. So we did this mad dash out of the house. And then I had all these things lined up that were happening for the rest of today, and they've all fallen away. Things have happened where I now I've got the whole day to myself, which is why I'm doing this reading. And on the way home in the car from dropping him to work, I was making a mental list in my head of all the things that I needed to do before I realized that literally my day had been cleared. I was setting an intention that I was going to take that out of the cupboard and this was going to go. I was going to donate this and, you know. And once you set that intention, the universe then starts to line things up so that the universe, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, if you're setting an intention for your own spiritual growth, for your own spiritual enrichment, then things start to align. And as I said, by the time I got home, all of the things that I had planned to do today all had fallen away. And now I've got all of this time to get in and have this big purge. And I'm so excited. So I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to see where we go. Actually, let's do this. This is my divine... I'm going to wait. This is my divine... And I'm just watching a pigeon. There's pigeons that live on my roof. There's one that just come down to the... He keeps flying in and flying out and flying in and flying out. Maybe you feel like you just haven't had a chance. He's gone back again. He'll fly down in a minute with his mate. There's a message in that for somebody. So if you haven't been to my channel before, all of the decks that I use on my channel, I'm an intuitive reader, an intuitive tarot reader, but I'm also an illustrator. So all of the decks that I use on my channel are my own illustrations, my own drawings, my own designs. If you are called to any of those, the links to them can be found in the description box. So this particular deck is my Divine Messages Oracle deck. I'm gonna see what your guides, True North. This is the purge. This is sending you on your way to your true north, where you're meant to be. But in order to get there, in order to take that journey, mountain, the view from the top, you have to drop some things. Think of a mountain climber. They take the bare minimum. And actually, as I was preparing for this reading this morning, I was thinking about those poor families in Palestine, moving from one place to the next, from one place to the next, literally carrying everything that they own, that they can carry, on their backs. And in the process of that, actually realizing that the material things aren't important. What is actually important is the relationships, the people that you have around you. What are you carrying unnecessarily? What's got you stuck in the mud? Okay, I'm going to do those two. I'm going to get an angel card. I'm just going to get the energy of what I'm picking up on. That one. Yeah, look at that. How beautiful is that? Number 20, protection and guidance on your spiritual journey. This purge that you're going through, because it's part of a spiritual alignment for you, clearing away the old to make way for the new, you are protected and you are guided. As I said this morning, my day was full. I had no opportunity to actually get in and do some spring cleaning. Now, miraculously, it's all opened up. The sun's coming through. It's all opened up. Let me get some more information on this card. Okay, now this is not a tarot deck. These are just angel oracle cards, but in many angel tarot decks, this particular angel, Palia, is how you pronounce it, I think, is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is following your intuition. What are you being guided to release? Now, this particular angel, and I love this morning sun coming through. It's almost... This particular angel serves against the enemies of religion, governs religion, theology, and morality, and can influence chastity and piety. Maybe what you are releasing is old ways of thinking in terms of religion. Maybe you're having now we are about to hit the Pluto and Aquarius transit. That is a huge time of revolution. And if you go back into my Pluto and Aquarius transit playlist, there are a couple of readings at the beginning of that playlist which actually talk about things, the great changes that are coming to you through the Pluto and Aquarius transit. Now, it's a 20-year transit. They're big changes. If we go back 250 years, the Pluto and Aquarius transit was happening throughout the American Revolution, the French Revolution. 250 years before that, we saw the period of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, where the whole religious structure of England changed. True north is a compass. Things that are meant to happen to you in this lifetime. And it's intuitively, so we said Queen of Cups, intuitively, it's coming through to you. You're being prompted, you're being given the signs, the signals, the nudges to start making these changes. In January next year, the North Node, True North, the North Node actually changes into Pisces. So it sits in two signs. The North Node and the South Node sit at a particular axis for 18 months. So Pisces is the North Node, and Pisces is spirituality, and Virgo is the South Node, things that we are letting go of. And interestingly, last night, so I sleep with rosary beads. I'm Catholic, and I say my prayers before I go to bed, and I actually have my rosary beads wrapped around my hand. And last night, Jesus on the cross fell off the end of my rosary beads. Now it was the middle of the night, so I just kind of picked him up and tucked him back in, and I'll fix it today. But it does suggest to me that somebody watching this reading is going through some sort of religious shift, a breaking away of sorts from what you knew, from something, Capricorn, the top-down structures, from something that was of importance to you previously, but in order to usher in the new, you've got to release the old, but you're wearing your past like a badge of honor. Can you hear my dryer? That tap, tap, tap sound. I'm trying to get my cleaning done, my washing, my drying done. And if you think about somebody, for example, who's making changes in their life that other people don't like, as I said before, Capricorn, Pluto's currently in Capricorn. It's the falling away of those top-down structures and the noise they make because they don't want the tower to fall. They don't want the changes to be made. Now, this particular angel, as I said, the Queen of Cups, intuitive, soul guardian for those born from 6:20 a.m. to 6:40 a.m. The moral guardian for those born the 8th of April, the 19th of June, the 30th of August, the 10th of November, and the 21st of January. The physical guardian for those born the 23rd to the 27th of June. Now, they may or may not be your time of birth, your date, but those days, those dates, or those months could have significance for you in terms of that sun is very bright. In terms of things that you are trying to clear away in order to usher in the new. Okay, so let's get, we've got an angel card. Just get one of those, just one tarot card. Yeah. The Three of Swords is Mercury in Cancer. And it's actually not. The Three of Swords isn't Mercury in Cancer. But there's a reason why I said that. So Mercury is communication. Cancer is the moon. Cancer is your home environment, the things that you nurture. But the Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra. Cancer is the mother. You're getting pushback. Or maybe you're worried about pushback as you start to cut things away. You know, now I was talking this morning about washing and trying to fit washing in to cupboards that were already full. Maybe cupboards, metaphorically, that are full of everybody else's opinions. The Three of Swords, Saturn in Libra. Whatever this is, it's karmic. It's a karmic lesson for you. Saturn is currently in Pisces at the moment. As I said, Pisces North Node is going into Pisces in January. 18 months of a focus on spirituality. Saturn is currently in Pisces at the moment till the end of November. So it's a pause and a reflect on the things that are important to you, the things that are important to you spiritually that you're going to take with you on the next phase of your journey to yourself. Queen of Cups is intuition, that journey, that intuitive journey back to yourself. The things that you need to cut out. And the people, because Libra is balance. As I said, I saw the Two of Pentacles, which is this juggling. What are you juggling? But Libra currently is where the South Node is. The South Node is your comfort zone, the things that you are releasing. This is very interesting. Okay, let's get some cards for you. I'm going to put those back because I want to set an intention for what I want, for what is going to give you the most clear messages. The Ten of Pentacles is what comes out. The Ten of Pentacles is what came out. And when I think about that, I think about, as I said, those families in Palestine moving from place to place to place to place with the bare minimum on their back, initially worried about their physical homes, but 300 days into a conflict, I'm sure what they thought was their Ten of Pentacles materially, spiritually, is actually their family now. Two of Wands. Now that is Mars in Aries. The Two of Wands is the plans that you make. What are you packing? You're going up this mountain. You've got this huge spiritual climb that we are all collectively going on. What are you packing in your bag? What do you need to take out? If I think of, my cupboards, things that I need to remove. A suitcase, what do you need to take out? What is too heavy? And I go back to, family or family expectations. Family expectations are a huge weight. Ace of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I did a reading, it's already posted now, a couple of days ago, so it'll be 3 or 4 readings before this one. And I was talking about the fact that we're coming into a time where collectively, and not most people, a lot of people are aware, but where spiritual wealth is becoming more important than material wealth. And actually I see on social media quite a lot, things pop up into my feed about, people that are doing the van life, where they literally take the bare minimum and just go and see the world. And I know myself, I'm nearly 50, but when I was 21, I sold up everything and did a one-way ticket to England and worked, my ear is ringing, worked for 12 months away. And literally all I had was in one bag, and it was so cathartic. And I actually learned more in that 12 months away than I did at in the years that I was at uni or the years that I was in school. Learned more about people and culture and myself because I dropped away all the material. I literally had 2 pair of shoes, 2 pair of pants, 3 shirts, a big jumper and a huge big jacket, and that was it, and my passport. 7 of Swords. The Moon in Aquarius. Now, in this card, he's let 1 sword go. He's got 2 swords that are stuck in the ground, almost stuck in the past, and he's still holding on to 3. Which swords do I pick up? Which do I let go? The Moon is what's hidden. These 2 swords stuck in the ground, if something happens, I can go back and pick them up. Almost the 2 swords that are stuck in your past, weighting you down, wearing your past like a badge of honor. And when you think about what's going on in his mind, he's got to worry about how he's managing to hold these 4 swords, because that would be a bit tricky to hold 4 swords. He's thinking about the 2 swords that are still standing. Are they going to be there when I come back? Are they going to stay upright? Have I put them in deep enough for them to still stay upright like that? The only sword he's not worrying about is the one that he's set down. It's almost that purge, that relief of, oh, okay, well, I don't need to worry about that one. I've just got to focus on these other ones here. The 7 of Swords can also be a deception. And it can be a deception from perhaps people around you, or a deception in your own mind, making you think that you need to keep a hold of things. You need to keep those 2 swords stood up so that you can have that connection to your past. But the past is the past. You can't do anything about the past. That's just memories. And funny, I was thinking about this morning, a couple of years ago, and it is a deck that I'm currently in the process of working on. A couple of years ago, I come from a huge family, loads and loads of grandchildren and children and great-grandchildren. And when my grandmother passed away, she had all these beautiful things that she collected over her lifetime. And to stop the fighting, and I don't think there would have been any, but to stop the fighting, and so that everybody had memories of her, I had a friend who is a photographer come and photograph all of her belongings, all the things that had sentimental value. So, you know, the things that she had in her big display cabinets and stuff. And things like her knitting needles, and she had a button collection, and beautiful teacups, and all of these lovely, lovely trinkets that she'd kept, that when you walked into her house, they just, when you see those things, they reminded everybody of her. So my friend came and photographed them all. Now, where those physical items have gone, I'm not sure, but I have this beautiful catalogue of all of these memories. Like I said, you don't need to keep a hold of the physical things. And even when my kids were little, you know, you end up with all of these artworks and, you know, containers and drawers full of all this stuff. Somebody said to me once, just scan it or take a photograph of it. Then you've still got it, but you don't have the physical clutter of that thing. You've set it down. The 7 of Swords. The Hangman, that wanted to come out. The Hangman is being stuck. It's almost a stuck in limbo. Neptune is Pisces, going down to the bottom of the depths of the ocean, the bottom of your soul, to work out what you are taking with you moving forward. The Hangman is also an epiphany. The light bulb that goes on when you realize that some of the things you've been holding on to are actually keeping you stuck. Judgment on the bottom. In this particular deck, now this is a love deck, but in this particular deck, these two decide to run away. They're being kept separate, and they decide to run away. They decide to run away from what's holding them in the past. And what actually happens, that dragon in this deck is God. God turns them into a pair of birds so they can fly away to their freedom. That is why the pigeon was in my garden this morning when I started this reading. God turns them into a pair of birds so they can fly away to their freedom. Now, if you think about a bird, it doesn't carry anything on its back. It just flies. It's a new beginning is being afforded to you, but part of the process is to purge out what you don't need to carry. Because if you think about a bird, if you put stuff on its back, it's not actually going to fly very far. Judgment. And perhaps collectively, the people that still stay stuck in the material, bogged down to the past, Pluto and Capricorn, are going to be the ones that find no spiritual growth. Okay, let's get some cards. Let's have a look at this Two of Wands. Anything else on this Two of Wands? Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is the card of the student. The Page of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo. And I said it in a reading yesterday, or a reading that I'm editing at the moment. Obviously, Virgo is the perfectionist. Very, very structured, sets things out. This is the planner. This is making the plans for where you are headed, but doing it in a way where you are really taking the time and effort through this purging process to actually take out the things that you no longer need, or the things that are keeping you stuck. It's the Hangman that wanted to come out. There we go. Now we have the Three of Wands. The Two of Wands is making the plans. The Three of Wands is almost getting ready for takeoff. Got the key sitting in the car about to turn the engine on. But what have you packed in the car? Are they all material things that are going to hold you back to your past? If you think about somebody, like I was saying before, in that van life, if you think about somebody in van life who decides to sell everything up and just trip around, if they were still to have their house, they would be paying rates. They'd be probably paying somebody to come around and do the lawn. You know, they're still attached. They're still a prisoner in their past. Wearing your past like a badge of honor. They're not really free. Yeah, those two swords there, they're still stuck. I love tarot. They're still stuck. Eight of Swords is Jupiter and Gemini. Now that card is one of the placements for the 888 portal. Jupiter is currently in Gemini, went in there in June this year and is there until June 2025. Currently stuck. This potentially is something that you are working on, this purging. It's not like today you have to go and clear everything out. It's a process. Jupiter and Gemini, getting yourself unstuck, unbound from things that are no longer serving you. Unstuck, the Hangman. Now that card flew out over my shoulder and about half a meter behind me. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is something from your past. What did I say before? Wearing your past like a badge of honor. Things from your past that are keeping you stuck, that no longer maybe previously had material value to you, but don't have spiritual value. They're holding you back. And he's just flying down again. I don't know, he keeps flying down into the garden and flying back onto the roof. He's making plans. Six of Cups, things from your past that are holding you back, and you're recognizing them with this card of the student. We've got the Page of Wands on the bottom. Page of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius. Again, Saturn is your karmic teacher. But the Six of Cups is the Sun in Scorpio. Scorpio's transformation, death and rebirth. Okay, let's get... We've got the Emperor coming out. The Emperor is Aries, taking charge. That is the Two of Swords, which is the Moon in Libra. I'm going to get them all out before I... Page of Swords. Lots of mind cards. The Sun in Gemini. And the Ace of Cups. The Emperor drives the chariot. So what are you doing moving forward? How are you getting up this hill? Two of Swords is the Moon in Libra. It's the crossroads. And on the bottom, the Tower. It's it goes back to what I was saying before about, Pluto and Capricorn, which has been there for 20 years. It's breaking down of these old structures, stepping up into your power, making the decisions to cut out the things in your life that potentially were of material value to you, but don't hold any emotional or spiritual value anymore. Okay, let's have a look. Anything else from your guides about this situation? Yeah, baby steps. As I said before, it's not like you have to go and clear everything out in one fell swoop. If you're going to drive from one side of Australia to the other, it would take you like 5 days, 6 days, depending on whether you're going left or right or up, top to bottom. It's a journey. It's a one drawer at a time. Baby steps. Struggling with personality patterns. That is a fear of letting go of something because it holds material wealth or material worth to you. So to give you an example, if you are somebody who didn't have a lot of money growing up, you tend to hoard things and not get rid of things because it triggers something from your past. If you are somebody, for example, and I know a lot of women go through this, and we think about, what we looked like when we were in our 20s and now we're in our 50s and we've maybe gained a few extra pounds. It's not wanting to let go of a pair of jeans that you looked incredible in when you were 22. It's that sort of thing. What is it that makes you not want to release or let go of something? Because it's not necessarily about that physical item. It's about the emotion that's attached to it. And as I said before, when we went through and we photographed all of my grandmother's items, still have that emotional connection with it through that image that you can look back on, but you don't physically have this big, bulky item. Struggling with personality patterns. And that's why it's baby steps, because part of this purge is actually unraveling what it is about that item that's keeping you stuck. Interesting. Boundaries. That's people. What it is about a relationship that you have with somebody that's keeping you stuck. If I think about religious, if you're wanting to make a change in your faith, in your beliefs, but somebody else's core beliefs is keeping you stuck, then it's time to create boundaries with that person. Remain calm at this time. It's baby steps. Overthinking, hidden in plain sight. Maybe this Three of Swords here, which is Saturn and Libra, is causing you to not make decisions because you're worried that you're going to upset the apple cart. But what it's actually doing is it's keeping you in limbo. Okay, let's have a look. Any other angels? This is my angel oracle deck. Number 5. Now the 5 is the number of change. Marcia. Harmony and occult wisdom. So harmony is balance. And occult wisdom is, maybe you're getting into spirituality. Maybe you're watching tarot readings. Maybe you are doing meditation. Maybe you are removing yourself from the traditional forms of faith, religion, and moving more into the spiritual. Or maybe, for example, like me, you're combining the two. As I said, I go to bed at night with rosary beads wrapped around my hand, and then I come and read tarot. Harmony and occult wisdom. There's a balance. There's a balance in everything. But in order to get that balance, you've got to clear away the things that no longer serve you. 33. Discovers enemies. And perhaps in clearing away, that's interesting because I was going to get more. but that was obviously meant to happen that way. 3-3 might be a number that you're seeing. It discovers enemies. I think of as you're starting to place boundaries up with people and clear out, or whether you're doing a clear out of your home or whether you are doing a clear out of your relationships. Now, as I said, we did have Libra somewhere. Saturn in Libra, the Three of Wands. The North Node is currently in Aries. Aries is self. The axis between Aries, true North, is your North Node. The axis between Aries and Libra, which is where the South Node is, Libra is the relationships that you have in your life. So it's the axis between self and others, putting yourself first, clearing away the things that don't serve you, and that may be people, relationships in your life. And as you do that, you start to get Three of Swords pushback, and people who potentially, like I said, Pluto is in Capricorn, and this top-down structure, people that now coming and saying that they're disagreeing with the choices that you are making as you have this purge, they start to show their true colors. Discovers enemies. Remain calm at this time. Put your boundaries up. Overthinking, hidden in plain sight. Maybe the things that you were worried about, which are now surfacing, it ends up that something that you were worried about is not really that much of a big deal, because you now have information about potentially people who you thought had your back, but don't actually. And this card here, Pahalia. Protection and guidance on your spiritual journey. You're protected from these people once you discover who they are. But that's the Queen of Cups, which is intuition. It's all meant to play out this way. Sorry, I like them neat. Interesting. Okay, let's get you a Nodes of Destiny card. Let's see what you are working on. North Node in the 12th house. If your North Node is chilling in the 12th house, keep in mind that even if you're gunning for perfection, nobody's got it all figured out, as I try to make my cards all nice and straight. To level up, ditch the nitpicking and take a leap of faith by turning into your gut feelings and trusting the cosmic flow. Your gut feelings, which is the Queen of Cups, which is intuition. Follow your intuition, because in January next year, now we are, as I said before, Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is spirituality. Pisces is Neptune. It is going down to the depths and really tapping into what your gut is telling you to do. The purge that your gut is telling you to have. Making the changes, even if it brings a tower down, even if you surprise the people around you. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You could clear out, and let's talk in closets. So I can go in today and I can clear out of my linen cupboard all of the sheets and doona covers or quilt covers that we haven't used in 10 years, that are all sitting in there beautifully and perfectly in there, all lined up. But the reality is that the things that I use all the time, I can't fit in there. So what I'll do is, instead of taking those things and taking them directly to Lifeline or to the Salvation Army, I might pop them almost in a holding space. I might pop them in my spare room in a pile for a couple of days and then take them. So I've not made a rash decision and just thrown everything out, but I've set the intention that in a couple of days' time, I can go back and then take them. Baby steps. Keep in mind that even if you're gunning for perfection, nobody's got it all figured out. Let's see if there is a song. Oh, that was fast. I just called to say I love you. Just reading the lyrics. You may have people in your life that, as you start to create boundaries, and I think of Facebook, as you start to sort of cull people from Facebook that maybe, you know, you've been friends with for 15 years, but you actually haven't physically seen them in 15 years, and you've not had any form of communication with them on social media for that same amount of time. Once you actually, I have a friend, and she always does a big cull every year, and she says, she puts a post up and she says, I'm about to do a big cull of my Facebook friends. If you don't make the grade, you know, please don't take offense. And then she just literally clears everything out. I mean, you don't even have to give people a pre-warning, you know, but you might have some people coming back that want to keep that connection with you, but actually you've cut them away because you recognize, this Queen of Cups, intuitively you recognize that there actually is no connection there, and nothing that's there that's going to be beneficial to you on this spiritual journey that you're on. Let's get, yeah, these are my love messages, but I'm going to do it as, my intention is, I'm just going to get 3, a message from your higher self. I don't want to listen to other people anymore. This is your spiritual journey. Yeah, look at that. Don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. This is your spiritual journey. What else does your higher self want to say? I'm feeling powerless. Maybe you're getting, as I said before, pushback. I need more clarity. I think that when you do listen to other people and you allow other people to guide you in your life as to what you need to purge, what you need to clear away, that's when you become powerless. Because somebody else can't actually, or doesn't have a right to say, doesn't have an understanding of what you on a personal level need to keep hold of and what you need to release. I need more clarity, and you don't have to give them any justification, especially when they are potentially emotionally manipulating you into staying stuck in their mud, really. You've just got, oh, look at that underneath. You've just got to set the intention to walk away. That card is them setting the intention to leave. And they are guided. We have that in that card. They are guided by God. They make the decision to have that purge. 8 of Cups is Saturn in Pisces, which is what I've been talking about this whole reading. That particular placement is currently happening. So we've got the 8 of Swords, which is a placement that's currently happening. The 8 of Cups, which is a placement that's currently happening. Saturn in Pisces. 8 of Cups is walking away from 8 broken cups, the things that don't serve you. And the Hierophant, because you are on the Hierophant, a spiritual journey to what is your true 10 of Cups. What lights you up emotionally, what lights you up spiritually. And it's not coming to you. Now, in the beginning, when I first shuffled the cards, I said the 10 of Pentacles wanted to come out. And when you think of Pentacles, you think of material. And I was talking about that balance between material wealth and emotional wealth. You're making a spiritual decision to walk away from the things that have material value towards the things that have emotional value. That's really lovely. You're making a judgment call, this judgment card, you're making a judgment call on yourself. And that's your call. That's got nothing to do with anybody else. And you don't have to, like I said, my friend puts up that post to say, you know, she doesn't have to do that. You don't have to justify your actions to anybody. You just have to justify them to yourself. Let's get you a Moon Oracle. I've got a piece of paper that's on my desk from a reading that I did maybe, I don't know, a month ago. And I keep being drawn. It's a Natalie Merchant song, When They Ring Them Golden Bells. Now, I don't know what the context of that song is, but there might be a message in there. You're ringing the bell, and you're calling judgment. True North, that was the first card that came out. It's time to bid farewell to your cozy spot, North Node. North Node is what you are walking towards, or what you are headed towards. The top of this mountain. What are you carrying on your back? What do you need to release? What do you need to purge? On your way to your true north. North Node is currently in Aries. Aries is the Emperor. That's why the Emperor came out. Ding, Rachel. That's why the Emperor came out. North Node has been in Aries since midway through 2023. It's potentially something that you've been working on. Baby steps. Over the past 12 months. There's another 6 months of it. Realigning yourself with what you want to do individually so that you can move forward, leading into this North Node in Pisces, which is spirituality, which happens, that alignment happens in January next year. Let's get one more. Balance. Under the Libra full moon, it's a double win. It's balance. You're getting balance. And full moon in Scorpio, let go of the negativity. And I actually don't think that that is necessarily you. I think it's the people around you that are perhaps giving you, I don't want to listen to other people anymore. Don't listen to others, just listen to your heart. That are perhaps giving you their feedback or their thoughts on some of the things that you are clearing away. And they just need to be focused on themselves. They don't need to be worried about what you're doing. Okay, finally, I'm going to get you some Scrabble tiles. In here is letters and numbers. I'll call both out. Could be your first, middle, last initial, that of somebody that you are dealing with, or something else that pertains to this journey that you are on. A G and a 2, an S and a 1, a Y and a 4, an E and a 1, a B and a 3, an I and a 1, a D and a 2, a H and a 4, a J and an 8, an R and a 1, a U and a 1, an X and an 8, an A and a 1, an O and a 1, and a K and a 5. So that is what I have for you. Feel free to pause the video. You can make some words, pop some things together. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this reading gave you some information into things, or gave you some clarification into things that you potentially were already picking up on intuitively. Perhaps you've already started this purge. If this reading resonated with you, give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I do post regularly. If you are interested in any of the tarot or oracle decks that I've used in this reading today, the links to those can be found in the description box. Wish you a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you again in another reading.